Hello and salutations to all the Amiga enthusiasts out there. This is Jack coming to you from Austin, Texas once again. A few weeks ago I uploaded a video about installing amigaOS3.9 with a WinUAE 4.0 setup, and I walked you all the way through everything of setting up WinUAE and installing amigaOS 3.9. Just basics, right to the desktop. I showed you how to do all the configurations in here, what each one of these do. We just set up a basic system, got you going, no frills, no nothing. Well, this is part 2 of that video, and what we're going to do is that we're going to install the boingbags, which are basically like service packs and update packs for the amigaOS. We're going to do boingbag, that's what they called them. The two official releases, boingbag 1 and 2. There was a boingbag 3 and 4 that were combined into one archive, and they are unofficial. You can try them. If you want to use them, great. If you don't, that's no problem. Some people have had problems with them. I've had problems with them personally on real Amiga hardware and non-Amiga hardware emulated also. So I use them, but for this purposes we're just going to do the official stuff. So if you remember back, we created in the last video we created an Amiga 4040 configuration. So if you still have that configuration, you worked off of it, or if you've renamed it to something else, I would like for you to load that configuration again. So highlight it and load it. And you'll notice once you have it loaded, it's up here in the top left hand corner right here. Make sure that that's there. Okay, if you have anything else up there, it's not right. Okay. Now, I need you to go down to the CDs and hard drives. Here, we're going to go find our amigaOS 3.9 image. So go ahead and do that. And once you found the image, just click on it. If you noticed, I have my boingbags already here, ready to go. So I want you to click on that ISO image and go ahead and start the emulation. Now, you'll notice my screen flickers a couple of times. That's the screen switching back and forth because I like to work in full screen mode. If you don't and you prefer windowed, you will have it popping up on your desktop. For this demonstration, we're going full blown. I have the memory, I have the graphics cards, so not a problem there. And plus you can flip back anytime you want to with F12 or Alt-Tab. So we got our amigaOS in emergency disk that went ahead and popped right up here. So that's perfectly fine. Now go ahead and navigate to wherever you have your storage, to wherever you hold your Amiga files that you download. I suggest downloading them on the PC side and then creating a folder like I have called Amiga Downloads, and whatever locations you have. Wherever you store all of your files at. If it's on your C, then you navigate to your C or to My Documents, but I have multiple drives in my system. So wherever you've got it stored, go navigate to it. In the last video I showed you how to mount your Windows partitions, and you saw that I have another hard drive that's called Banana Man. It's just what I named it. So navigate to where you've stored the boingbags. You can download them easily. I will put links in the descriptions, but we're going to go ahead and go to where I have them located at. Whoops. Dig around just a little bit. Here we go. OS packs. Okay, let's close some of these down. Alright. To install the boingbags, you have to have the amigaOS3.9 disk, because the boingbags look for it. Where I have mine sitting at. I've got them. Let's see where I've got them at. Now, let's do it, just clean up here. Okay, clean up by column. Ah, that's boingbag 3 and 4. Ah, here we go. Boingbags 1 and 2. Now, they usually come in a LHA format. There's 1 and there's 2. I've already have mine extracted, and I have them here. And then I also have all of the boingbags in one directory here. So, by all means, do it however you want to do it. This is just the way I do it. Okay, so we've got our amigaOS 3.9 disk mounted. So we're going to click on boingbag 1. And go ahead and click on the installation icon. That's right there. And it will pop up. It's going to let you install boingbag 1 for amigaOS on your hard drive. Real simple. You can click proceed. Install for real, yes. And where do you want to put it? Make sure that whatever you named your Amiga hard drive, which I named mine WB, and if you go off of the last video, you'll see that I did that. If yours is still the same, click on that. Make sure. Hit proceed. This program will install boingbag on your hard disk. Older files will be overwritten. Do you want to install the update on the partition? Yes. Whatever language, if you need an additional language, go right ahead. If not, hit proceed. English is the default. Installation of boingbag 1 for amigaOS is now complete. Okay. Now, most of the time, in past practices, you would do a good 3-finger salute or your control Windows keys and do a reboot right here. You do not do it. Do not do it. So we're going to click on boingbag 2 and we're going to go ahead and start that installation. Yeah, let's boingbag 2 operating system, not a problem. Proceed with install. Proceed with install. Same thing, make sure you've got your workbench, your OS drive selected. Mine's called WB, workbench for short. Proceed. This one, install boingbag 2, OS on your hard drive. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Boingbag 3.9.2 contains a new amigaOS ROM update. Although it has been tested thoroughly, it may fail on some hardware configuration. Do you wish to install? You can try it if you want to. It's not a problem if you're using an older Kickstart file to launch your WinUAE. If you're using one that you have a pretty current RIP from one of your latest hardwares, or if you're using one of the Amiga Forever Kickstart images with their key file, I suggest do not install the ROM update. I personally don't need to. Everything's fine. It doesn't affect it either way. You can go with install the ROM update. That's fine. I suggest don't go. Once that's finished, just keep clicking proceed and you're done. Now, if you've downloaded the boingbag 3 and 4 update, you can now install it. We're not going to install it. So we're not going to worry about that. Now, I want you to hit F12, and we're going to flip out of the screen here for just a minute. And we need to eject this CD-ROM image. Go ahead, hit OK. That way we're going back into the emulation side. See, the icon's gone, but for some reason the emergency boot disk icon always sticks or hangs around. That's perfectly fine. So now we want to do the 3-finger salute, aka Control Windows key. If you don't have a 2 Windows keys on your emulated Amiga, it makes life a little more difficult. You can also F12 and hit the reset, and it'll do the exact same thing. So here we are. We're back, and we've got boingbags 1 and 2 installed in our nice OS3.9 setup. Nice plain Jane OS3.9 setup. So we need to do a few more extra little things to make our life a little easier getting around on the Amiga. Let's go ahead and go into the workbench, and let's open up some prefs. Let's take a look-see here and see what we got going. Now, let's go into the workbench prefs and make sure that Set Magic Workbench Colors is checkmarked. Quality, however you feel like you want to put it. Put Best, it's perfectly fine. No borders. Images and other memory. Now, you can set it however you want to, but this is the settings that I like. Okay, let's go to reaction. Reaction refresh method is smart, simple. Let's leave it on smart. Let's do some style. Let's change the style to Zen. Let's do a little test. Now, see how that kind of made it rounded on the edge, made the text pop just a little bit more. Let's save that. Okay. Now, let's go over here to some fonts. Let's work on some fonts here. Now, I don't know about you, but Topaz has got to be the most ugliest font in the world. So let's look for us a font that isn't so blocky and chunky. That looks pretty good. How about Courier? Let's do Courier. 13 too small. Yeah, 13's a little small. These old eyes of mine. Helvetica. Oh yeah, Helvetica 13. That's an awesome font. Click OK. System default font. Courier. No Helvetica. Okay. Let's do 13 for that. Screen font. Oh. Helvetica, yes. There we go. Let's put that on 15, 13? 13 also. Let's do that. Okay, they're all 13 size, so we'll save it so there's no weird shifting or anything going on. Let's save that. Screen might flicker, might flip on, flip off. It's okay. A real Amiga would do the exact same thing. So, there we go. Got some nice, pretty text there going on. Some fonts. Okay, let's hit F12 again. I want to remount that amigaOS3.9 disk again. There's a file on there that's in the contribution section of the amigaOS3.9 disk that I think y'all would like. So let's go to contributions. Let's open up the OS3.9 disk, go to contributions, and let's see, I think it's in Workbench. Let's try that. Oh yeah, it's in Workbench. Okay. We want this right here. We want this tool right here. Let's see, where are you at? There you are. Let's open up our Workbench. Let's put it in Tools. Just click it one time, drag it over, and let's just drop it right in there. That'll copy it from the image into our tools. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. It's a copy. It's a little simple little copy icon tool program, and there it is right there. Now let's click on that, and I do not like this ugly little icon. Now if you remembered, if you follow my directions from the last video, you should have that ugly little old school icon sitting right there. If you don't, you've already changed it, Hey, you can skip on ahead on this part. So let's change that to something else. How about we pick any icon? You can pick any icon picture you want. It doesn't copy the program, it just copies over the icon file. So we're going to move that right there. That's the from, and this is the to. So pow, our WB icon, our workbench icon, looks like our emergency boot disk icon, which that's perfectly fine. You can have several icons that look similar. I mean, all your basic, a lot of your basic icon drawers that don't have real icons associated with them has the default Amiga icon, and in Workbench 3.9 they're all going to be the green for all the hidden folders and stuff. So here we go. We've got a nice little workbench. Go ahead and F12. And we're going to go ahead and eject that image out of there. And we're back to our Amiga desktop here. So there's a couple other things that I want to go ahead and install. And like I said, I will put the links to them and where they're located at to snazz up your amigaOS3.9 WinUAE environment a little bit instead of just kind of plain Jane and, you know, kind of drab. So you'll want to download these files, and they're links in the descriptions, and you place them wherever you feel like you need to place them, and go to where that location is. I create a drawer called Amiga Downloads, and in here is where I keep lots of my stuff that I download. So we're going to go ahead and just clean up this folder a little bit and take a look. Now, the first program that I'm going to show you is MUI. Any Amiga user knows what MUI. It's like a multi-user interface. It's like the programs use the MUI environment to display their buttons and their sliding bars and their little windows and things like that. And MUI makes it very easy. And MUI is a centralized package that all these programs call to little arrows and little check marks and stuff. Makes them all nice and pretty and everything. Now, the MUI project has been picked up and continued on by some other people. I'll have the link in the description. I like to use MUI 5. Now, I've had bad experiences where I've used MUI 5 on a real Amiga, and it didn't like it at all. And I had to use MUI 3.8, the one you find on AmiNet. If you're not familiar with that, then check the links in the description. Okay, but we're going to install MUI 5.0. Okay, so wherever you've downloaded it, just unarchive it. I've already done mine. Un-LHA it. Wherever you place it, you can place it in RAM. It's not like you've got plenty of RAM right here, but mine has already been unarchived right here. So double click on that and go to the MUI folder, and you will have the install. Now, if you want to read the README about OS3, that's perfectly fine too, but I'm going to skip that. Just click on and install. And we're going to proceed with the install. Proceed with the install. Go ahead and proceed with the install. Now, make sure that you put it in the Workbench drive. In my case, my WB. See, I highlighted my WB. Now, there's a drawer that's going to be called MUI will be created. Don't worry about it. It won't splatter anything anywhere. Okay, leave all of this check marked, all the little goodies and everything, all of the add-ins. Yeah, sure, leave his too. It's extra stuff. English, whatever English you prefer, or whatever language you prefer. Not English, preferred English. MUI example programs demonstrate some of the possibilities that MUI offer. Yes, sure, why not? Do you want to start the MUI base ASL requester patched by the S user startup? Yes, we want MUI to start every time amigaOS starts. And it was successfully installed. Right on. So we're good there. Okay, MUI is installed. Now, there it is. There is another program I like to use that is called Magic Menus. You can find it on AmiNet, Magic Menus. It does away with the drab menus up here and makes them a little more intuitive, where you can right click and the menu pops up anywhere. It's a pretty cool little tool. I like using it. I can't have an Amiga without Magic Menus in it. It's just intuitive, and it just works so much better than having to always go up to the top. You can right click anywhere and it pops up. So download that archive. I do not have the archive opened up, so I'm going to go through the process of opening it up and installing it. So here we go. We'll just double click on it and it'll show my destination. I am going to put it in my RAM right there, and we're just going to start and extract it right there, and it should, yep, there it is right there, and open up that folder. Now you will have a couple little options here. If you're running on an Amiga 68K or 020 plus, you'll need that. Okay, libs, you'll need to put that in the libs. This program has to be manually installed. So what we need to do is we need to open up Workbench. If your Workbench is only showing like this, you will have to do a show all files, bring up the libs, and then I want you to go right to this folder and open it up, back to the Magic Menus where you downloaded it, where you extracted it and put it in RAM, and grab that GT layout library and just drag it on over into that window and let it go, and it's in there. Now, because this is an 040 setup, we need the 020 plus setup. We need to put Magic Menus and WB Startup, and we need to put Magic Menus Prefs and Prefs. Yep, once we're done all of that, you can go ahead and close a bunch of these windows. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and go to Prefs. Let's pull up our Magic Menus Prefs and open that up. So we'll get this menu set up right here. Now, usage, Intuition compatible, sticky mouse button. I like sticky mouse button. Okay, I like that a lot. Look, 3D, multicolor, mark submenus, separator bar style, dent, gap, however you want it to look. I like the little dent. Menu open delay, I don't want it to delay. I can do a transparent if I want to. Verified patches just means that there's patches you can do to this to control different ways it acts. You can change its color. You can prefer screen color, however you want to. And if you want to, test it. So here we go. See? And let's see here. There we go. And we hit use, and there it is. So now we have sticky menus. go ahead and do a Control Amiga. Wait for the screen to come back. Alrighty, now why that came up, oh, I know why that came up. I'm going to save it. Okay. That should be just fine. Let's go check it and make sure it's there. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so let's go back to where you downloaded Magic Menus. And there is two files. There it is. There was two files that you noticed earlier, Magic Menus 2 and Magic Menus 2.35. This is the update. Okay, so we need to update. We're going to update what we just installed. And we're going to put it in RAM. And that's it. That was done that quick. And if you look here in RAM, do a Windows Show All, you'll have two executable files, Magic Menus Prefs, Magic Menus. We need to go over here to the workbench and to click on Magic Menus, drag it to the WB startup and replace all. Magic Menus Prefs and the Pref, replace all. And that's done. So we should have Magic Menus. If we go into the Prefs, we'll have the Prefs again. And pull down always transparent center box. Highlight disabled menus. Got keyboard controls. All of that good stuff. Okay. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Something I like to do with my Magic Menus is I like to put in a backfill. So backfill right here. Let's click on the three little dots and go to the backfill. Now, if yours does not pop up and put it in, show you inside the Prefs, it should default and open up in the Prefs. Now, if it does, you're fine. You can go to the presets and you can look for some backdrops or some patterns. If not, navigate to your Prefs, presets, and you can find these patterns that amigaOS3.9 installed for you by default. So when you do that, you will get some little, the 3.9 puts them in there, some contribution files for images and stuff. So pick something that you like or that's of interest to you, give it a test. Once you hit test, you right click. Well, that should have, how about use? Well, that didn't give it to me. Well, oh, okay, something was wrong with that backfill, I guess, or that the way I clicked on it. Let's try it again. I wonder why it is not doing that. Maybe a reboot? Let's try it again after reboot. Takes it a second. There we go. All right, all back. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I had to reboot after those updates, so I skipped a step. I should have rebooted after those updates so they could acknowledge their new settings and everything. So sorry about that. So please excuse that part, and just after after you install, just do a reboot, and we're good to go. See, we got a nice little backdrop on our magic menus. And it should be sticky. I don't know why it's not sticking. I don't like to hold down the right mouse button. Let's see what it's doing here. Why did it change to Intuition compatible? Okay. Well, usage, sticky mouse button, however you want to do it. See? I like mine. I just click once on the right mouse button and there it is. All good to go. If you don't like that preset, change it to something else. Let's see what it does now. Little wavy blue stuff going on there. Whatever's your preference. Whatever your preference. So let's go to, since we're in prefs, let's do some workbench pattern. Let's change our backdrop. Let's make it a good, let's pick something good to dress up our background a little bit. We're not going to go into presets. I got some other places. I downloaded some good Amiga images, and you can just search Google Amiga wallpaper, and godly, Google is your friend. You can get all kinds of stuff from there, just any kind of picture. Or if you've got a favorite picture, then by all means use yours if you want to. Let's see, where did I put you? Where did I put you? Maybe I have them in Amiga downloads. Ah, Amiga wallpaper. I sure did. Okay, let's fix us a. Let's do us up a something cool. Let's test that, see what it looks like. Oh, that's nice. Makes my text look a little dark. So let's change that a little bit. Let's test that one. Alright, makes it dark too. Okay, we'll leave that one there. There we go. Go back in that for a second. Best. Dither quality. Good. Best. I think best. We got plenty of RAM. Why not? Layout. Tile. Centered. Scale. Let's scale. Make sure it stays scaled well. There we go. I like that. See? Nothing crazy about that. Looking pretty good. You can change that text if you want to. If we want to put some, let's see, can't remember where it's at. Maybe it's in here. Is it border size? Oh, no. Yeah. No borders. No title bar. Maybe it's in here. Not sure. But you can fiddle around with it, and you can find to where you can put the little white background behind the fonts, or you can change the font color on the desktop however you want to do it. It's entirely up to you. So, oh yeah, there's one more other tool that I wanted to tell y'all to install, And let me go to where I have it located at. Ah, yes, it's in my Amiga applications. Ah, excellent little program. And I'll put a link to it in the description. It is Windows to Front. You can download that program and install it. Yep, that's fine. Tools, commodities, that's perfect destination for it. Yep, that's a perfect destination for it. Whatever language you need. It's okay to add the following line. Run nil, system tools, commodity, window to front to the user startup script. Yep. Shows a little disclaimer, a little readme about it. That's done. Proceed is fine. Windows to front can be found in your sys tools commodity drawer partition. All right. So we're going to need a quick little, after we installed that, we need us a quick little, just a little 3-finger salute here, a little reboot. All right, look at that, nice and awesome. Got our magic menu, magic menus up and going. Everything's looking good. Very nice. Looks pretty neat. I don't know if I'm a fan of that magic menus little backdrop there. Okay, let's open up a folder or two and see if our Windows to Front program worked. Look at that. So natively Amiga will not do that unless you click the little boxes in the corner. If you have your little boxes, or the little back to front gadget actually, always called it the little boxes, you can't get to it. But I can click on some part of the window that's exposed and get to it easily. See, it brings it all the way to the front, so you can work around and close them and all of that good stuff. All right. Looks good. So, I want to say thanks for tuning in. Part 2 of WinUAE 4.0 Amiga OS 3.9 setup. We installed boingbag 1 and 2. We installed some other goodies. I hope you were able to follow along. Please comment, like, subscribe, however you want to do it.